All right, here we are. It is Sunday night. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and you are joining me while I am in Canada. Yes, I am in Canada. I will explain why in just a moment, why I'm in this humble abode. But if you are watching on YouTube, as always, say something in the chat. If you even just want to type the number 1, that's perfectly fine. But tell us where you're from. If you've got a question, anything. What it does is that gets the chat going. It tells YouTube this is an exciting live stream. And we've had many people who have joined us or who have discovered the show because YouTube put the live stream in front of them because all of you were talking. So that always helps a lot. It helps on Facebook as well. There's a share button that you can click. If you want to text your friends right now and go, the live stream is starting, that's very helpful. Always, 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 if you haven't yet, click that notification bell, click that subscription button, say something. It really does make a difference. I know I say it each time, but if you haven't done that before, do it again. It really does help us out. If you are watching in the Chosen app, thank you so much, whether it's on TV or in your phone. We love it. Commenting won't make much of a difference, but watching it in the app always does. And so I'm going to talk to you in a bit about our new app update, which I'm really excited about. So thank you for all of that. Here's what you're going to see tonight. I have got a sneak peek of season 4. Yes, a new scene that no one has seen yet at all. And I'm going to show it to you for the first time. And we're going to take it down eventually. So you need to watch it in the next 24 or so hours. I'll figure out how long we're going to keep it up. But then we're going to take it down. So if you're watching this like several days later and that scene is gone, I'm sorry, kind of, but this is why you need to watch live streams when they happen. So this is your opportunity to see this new scene. It's actually really cool. It's quite intense, quite emotional. I'm going to give you that in advance, but it's a moment from episode 4 of season 4, and I'm really excited to show it to you. So make sure you stick around for that. I've also got a conversation with Vanessa Benavente, who plays Mother Mary in Christmas with the Chosen, and also the regular Chosen. Talked to her for a few minutes about her experience with Christmas with the Chosen, with playing one of the most, if not the most famous women in the history of humans. Then we've also got a conversation with Phil Wickham, the Phil Wickham. Yes, the Phil Wickham, one of my good friends, and who, for my money, one of the top worship leaders in the world. And he does this amazing finale, the Joy to the World finale to Christmas with the Chosen. We're going to talk to him just for a few minutes about his experience with that and his experience in connection with the Chosen and what you are going to see with Christmas with the Chosen. Now, the reason I've got notes here is because I'm remote. Normally, I would have a like some sort of teleprompter to give me a little bit of clues as to what I want to talk about next. Now I've just got handwritten notes because I'm in Canada. So occasionally I might be looking down. I apologize for that in advance. Oh, another thing I want to mention that you're going to see tonight. There is a video you are not going to want to miss that is so emotional. It wrecks me, but in the best way. It's a very exciting, positive, happy video about what is happening around the world because of you. I do not want you to miss it. So why am I in Canada right now? Well, I am on the set. This is actually a home here in Winnipeg. I'm actually staying somewhere nearby, but this is where we are filming the best Christmas pageant ever. Now, you may have seen my announcement on my social media. You may have seen stuff on media and online about it. The best Christmas pageant ever is based on a book that came out in the 70s. And there was a little TV movie done in the 80s about it that I remember seeing as a kid. My wife, Amanda, and I found the book like little over 15 years ago, took it home to our kids and read it to our kids. And while we were reading, we were laughing out loud. And then I was crying so emotionally that I couldn't read. And I handed it to Amanda. She was crying. She handed it back to me. My kids were like 4 or 5 years old at the time and couldn't understand why we were crying so much because the tone and message of this book is so powerful. And when I finished the book, I said, I have to make this movie. I was born to make this movie. I'm the only one who should direct this movie. And I set about trying to find the rights. I looked for years and years and years. I was talking to the people who had the rights. They said it was with another studio, with another director. Very, very long story short. I talk about this on my social media pages, that eventually, after 15 years of trying, the original rights holders got the rights back from the studio because the studio forgot to extend them. And the mom of one of the rights holders was a huge Chosen fan, said, you have to work with this guy. And he finally watched The Chosen, loved it. And so because of you, because of The Chosen, I finally got the rights to my dream project after years and years of praying and crying and hoping and setting reminders in my calendar to pray about it. And then I'd be told no. I must have been told no like 3 or 4 times. And just I felt I was just kept getting prodded to not give up on it and not stop praying. And here I am actually filming it. I'm so excited. And we've been a few days into filming and it's going so wonderful. And I can't wait for you to see it next Christmas, the holiday season, best Christmas pageant ever. So that is why I am in Canada. If you want to get updates on this and on The Chosen, you might not be getting texts from me. So if you have not gotten text from me yet, here's what you do. And Colin will put up the number along the screen. It is 214-239-1527, 214-239-1527. Text me. You will get an automated message back. And then there's no strings attached. You don't have to sign up. It's like no payment or anything like that. You have to fill out a couple quick things, but it's super easy. And you will start getting weekly updates from me. I sometimes give discounts in the gift store. I give you updates and behind the scenes info on what I'm up to that you will not get anywhere else. I often give prayer requests. I actually get more comments about that than anything else. People saying, please keep giving prayer requests. We love to pray for you. It's so meaningful. But it's a way for us to get connected. There's no strings attached. It's just my thank you to you for being so supportive. So if you haven't done that, you can check that out. All right. Now, one thing I wanted to share with you, I'm going to get into more detail later in the live stream, but I want to tell you this now. Right now, through the 14th, Bob, what is the 14th? Is that a Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Bob Starnes, who is in charge of all our gifts and who probably gets the most punishment from Daryl and me because we're the ones who give these random discounts, and then Bob has to figure out how to make it work and how to keep our business going with all these craziness, all the craziness we keep doing. But Bob this time, it was his idea. He's the one who told me, you can tell people on the live stream that we have free shipping between now and the 14th at noon. At noon on the 14th is when this cuts off. Why noon on the 14th? Because after that point, we can't guarantee that you're going to get your gift in time for Christmas. So between now and the 14th, you're going to go to thechosengifts.com. Yes, www.thechosengifts.com. Cheyenne, who's in charge of our social media and a lot of our marketing, is sitting right off screen, praying that I'm not going to ask her to sing the jingle. And I'm not. But you're welcome. But thechosengifts.com, here's the thing. I don't necessarily want you this moment to go there because I've got other things that I want you to do tonight. I want you to be focused on. But at the end of the live stream, I'll be giving you more details about what's there. But just write it down. Write thechosengifts.com down. Tell whoever you're watching this with, we don't want to miss this because there's free shipping and things are going to go fast. But between now and Thursday at noon, free shipping. So if you're thinking, well, I've already bought some stuff. Well, you can buy more and you're not going to have to pay extra shipping for it. So we haven't made this public announcement yet. It's just for you. Free shipping between now, Thursday at noon. At that point, we can't guarantee it. Now, you might still be able to get it before Christmas. We just can't guarantee it. And yes, Canadians, my fellow current Canadians, we ship to Canada as well. Unfortunately, not able to do the free shipping to Canada, but we do ship to Canada, and so you can participate in all the glory. But I feel like it's such a kinship with you because I'm here right now. So let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. All right. Oh, yes. So some housekeeping items. We have a new app. It's the same. It's just a big update. So if you have the Chosen app, when you go to it on your phone or on your TV update or whatever, it will tell you to update it. And when you do that, you may find that because it's a new version of it, you may find a glitch here or there. We are now starting to ask you to give us your email address to register. The reason that we're doing that is because it's like every other app. 95% of the apps you have at least ask for an email address. We don't require it. If you just want to keep going as a guest, you can. But it is such a helpful way. I promise we won't spam you, but it's such a helpful way for us to keep in touch with you. It really makes a big difference for us, and it allows us to keep it free. Keeping this show free has not been easy. Most people, even if they have it free, they charge for extras, or they try to get a subscription, or they're gathering your data so they can sell it to other people. We don't do any of that. And I'm glad we don't do any of that, but it does make it difficult. But it would help us a lot. It does really help us keep it free if we're at least able to get you to register. Again, it's free. We don't spam you, but it does make a big difference. So please consider doing that. And if you do have any glitches because of the new update, we know that there were some in that first week. They're still getting worked out. Some of them have been worked out. But if you have a glitch logging in or something's not working quite right, there is a help button. You just click on the help and support button. We have a team that will be excited and happy to help you. All right, here's one of the biggest pieces of news I've got for you that you already know, hopefully. Christmas with the Chosen Holy Night comes out to theaters in 2 days, Tuesday the 12th through the 17th. That's all it's going to be. We're not extending it. It's not like if we have a great first few days, we're going to keep it going longer. This is it. 12th through the 17th is your chance to see Christmas with the Chosen Holy Night. Now you're saying to me, Dallas, I have seen Christmas specials before. I have seen Chosen Christmas specials before. In fact, I saw one in the theater. Why do I need to go back to the theater? Or why should I go to the theater for the first time to see a Christmas special of a TV show? Here's why. We took The Shepherd, this short film that I did for my church 6 years ago on my friend's farm in Illinois, 20 minutes from my house. And you remember that ended up being the launch, the pilot for the whole Chosen. It went viral and launched the whole thing, this little humble thing that I did. Now, a couple years later, the show was much bigger, of course, and we did a surprise episode called The Messengers. You might not actually have seen that. It's in the app. You can still watch it by itself in the Chosen app, but so many still have not seen that. This was a special surprise Christmas episode we did. We filmed it without telling anybody, and it came in between seasons 2 and 3 of The Chosen. So we filmed it privately, but it was this time, it was the birth of Christ from the perspective of Mary and Joseph. So the shepherd, birth of Christ from the perspective of the shepherds. The messengers, birth of Christ from the perspective of Mary and Joseph. And we also do, in that short film, a flash forward to after the events of Christ, after Christ has died, spoiler alert. And we see a couple of characters in the future, including Mother Mary. Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, we see them after the events of Christ, talking about the birth of Christ. Now, this went really, really well. People saw it in theaters. We had musical guests doing music videos, and it was a big hit. Well, we decided this year to take The Shepherd and combine it with The Messengers. Now, we're not talking back to back. We're talking actually taking scenes and editing them together so it feels like one cohesive narrative back and forth between the shepherd and Mary and Joseph and Mary in the future. I wasn't sure it was going to work. When my wife and Amanda and I finally saw it for the first time, we were crying. It worked so well, and you've got to see it on the big screen with the surround sound. And I think you're going to have an emotional experience, and it can become a new Christmas classic, a new Christmas tradition for you. Now, another reason why you're going to want to see it in theaters is because we took 6 of the most requested, the most beloved, the most responded to music performances from the first 2 specials, and we've brought them back. Now, you might be saying, again, well, I saw it the first time, why do I need to see it again? We took the top 6 that were the most requested. We're talking Brandon Lake's Gratitude. We're talking the Joy to the World finale that Phil Wickham did with Maverick City Music and the Bonner Family and several other artists. And Zach Williams, and I'm going to forget some, and I don't want to. So forgive me. Shine, do you have any on your mind? Zach Williams, Matt Maher, Joy to the World with Phil Wickham and Maverick City Music, and plenty. Brandon Lake's Gratitude, and I'm going to get to the new one in just a second. One Voice Children's Choir. Thank you, Colin. That was a really beloved one. And we have a new one. Thank you, Cheyenne. Andrea Bocelli and his son Matteo are singing "O Holy Night" exclusively for the Chosen Christmas special. Andrea Bocelli. If you don't know who Andrea Bocelli is, I feel sorry for you, genuinely. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, probably the best voice in the world, least on the Mount Rushmore of them. Already recorded from Italy. He and his son do "O Holy Night" for this Christmas special. He's a Chosen fan, and we got connected, and he was gracious enough to do this for you. So you are definitely going to want to see that on the big screen. You've got to get your tickets now. I hope Colin has already put up where you're going to get your tickets, as I've been babbling on. fathomevents.com, or you can just look at your local theater. You're going to want to get tickets now. They've been on sale for a couple weeks, but they are running out, meaning available seats. And there are certainly some parts of the country that have sold out in a few screenings, but you can still get them now. So Tuesday the the 12th through the 17th. This is your chance to see this on the big screen with other Chosen fans. I'm telling you, it is a deeply profound experience, and I promise it will move you. You really do want to see it on the big screen. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, because we always get these comments. What, the theaters? Why isn't it coming to streaming? I thought, like, why I can't make it to the theater. Of course, it will eventually come to streaming. Of course, it will eventually be in the Chosen app. But we really want you to see it in theaters first, and then we will release it in the Chosen app. The other place you'll be able to see it, shortly before, like, I think it's like 2 days before Christmas maybe, is on the CW. The CW will be playing this Christmas special in all its glory, but you want to see it first in the theaters. Please do that for us. Well, not just for us, for you. You want to see it in theaters. And when you buy tickets in the theaters, that's another good reason to do it, is you get a chance to help keep what we're doing going. It allows us to keep the show free. So those of you who get to see it for free can thank the people who buy tickets in the theaters, because that allows us to keep doing what we're doing. One last reason why you want to see it in theaters. The season 4 trailer. The official hero trailer, the long form trailer, right? We've already released one that's I think it's like 90 seconds, something like that. It was like a teaser. We did a teaser trailer. This is the full official 2.5-minute trailer that we always release each year. And we are releasing it exclusively in theaters before the Christmas special plays. So if you want to see the trailer before everybody else, if you can't wait to get your taste of season 4 and you want to see this trailer, I've already seen it because we obviously helped make it. And the team and a few people that we showed it to said, this is the best trailer that you have done yet. So season 4 trailer officially will be launching exclusively in theaters for Christmas with the Chosen, O Holy Night. Yet another reason you're going to want to get tickets so you can be the first to see the season 4 trailer. All right, anything else I'm missing, Cheyenne, about the Christmas with the Chosen? Brand new, so yeah, you haven't seen, you think you've seen some of these episodes before. Seeing it together mixed is a brand new experience. Okay, I think I covered everything. Thank you. So I had a chance to chat with Vanessa Benavente, and she had, her performance in the Christmas special is so beautiful, and her performance as Mother Mary is amazing in the show in general, and she is such a wonderful person. And I just thought for a few minutes you'd love to hear from her about what the Chosen means to her, about kind of how she prepares, what it feels like to play this woman who around the world is all the way from admired to revered to up on statues to on stained glass windows, and in some denominations just thought of as a normal person. But it just runs such a huge gamut, and that's a lot of pressure regardless of where you come from theologically, and that she's one of the most controversial figures within the Christian world. What's it like to play her? Especially someone who in real life is younger, much younger than how we portray her on screen. So I want to show you that chat with Vanessa. After that, we've got more to show you. I've got a video that's going to make you so moved. I've got a conversation with Phil Wickham, and yes, don't go anywhere, because I've got the special season 4 scene, brand new, that no one has ever seen. Here's my conversation with Vanessa right now. All right. Hi, Vanessa. And I heard a little cry in the background. Is the baby being tortured right now?
You did?
Or, yes.
I was wondering if you could hear that.
Yes.
Yes, we love to torture our babies, especially
Yes.
this time
Yes.
of night. It's called putting them to bed, basically.
Yeah. And is your husband putting them to bed right now?
He is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, people might not know, your husband actually is in the show. He is in season 2, episode 6, as one of the priests in the small town. So he is also
5 and 6, I think. Yes.
Yeah, 5 and 6. Yes, he's
Yeah.
also an actor and is fantastic. And I love both of you. Real quick, I'm talking in Canada right now,
Thank you.
and I know that you you know how cold it is up here. You are actually going to be experiencing this cold because you have a role in the best Christmas pageant ever, and you are going to be up here soon. Are you excited to be part of this movie?
So excited. I mean, first of all, because I read the script and it's so cool, and it's like you described it on a post you made. You laugh, you cry. It's so good. But also because of the story you keep telling and how it's been like 13 years for you in the making of this movie, and it's just so exciting to be there with you and to put my little grain of sand, and it's everything is very special.
Yeah, and you won't have to wear like 2.5 hours worth of makeup on this because you get to play your normal age, your normal look. I want to ask about that real quick. I'll ask you about just the pressure of playing Mother
Yeah.
Mary, but there's also the pressure of every single day when you show up, because in your audition for Mother Mary in season 1, you were so good. Amanda and I were instantly like, "This is our girl. She's playing Mother Mary. Hey, she's a little younger than the character, but it's going to be worth it." And so for you, is it like, do you dread going to work each day because of all the makeup, or what's that process like for you?
No, I mean, I think season 1 was a little tedious, but I mean, I love the process of becoming someone else, and which is, I guess, why I'm in this profession. And I feel like the more distance there is between me and the character, meaning all this makeup and all this, I feel
Sure.
like there's almost less pressure to fly and just try things and go
Yeah.
for it, because I have so much freedom. I feel like I have so much freedom. I don't have to, look a certain way. I don't have to sound a certain way. I can concentrate on what I want to express and what I'm feeling, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. How does with that freedom that you say you experience, does that come with any challenges, knowing that you are portraying not only one of the most famous women in history, but even some of the most controversial? I mean, this is the opinions and the beliefs and perspectives of Mary all over the world, different faith traditions. I mean, she is everywhere. She's on stained glass windows. She's on statues. There are countries that venerate her. Do you have to tune all of that out so you can relax and play a character as opposed to playing the most famous woman in history?
You know what? I do and I don't. I feel like the script, even from the first scene I had to audition, it sounded like a real person. And it didn't sound like someone that you venerate. So I kind of had to concentrate on who does this person remind me of, and what attributes I want to give her from the people. I think I've said this before in an interview. Like, I gave her some attributes from people in my family. My grandma passed away when I was 4, and so I remember very little about her. But her sister kind of became my grandma, and she just had this thing where you just wanted to hug her. You saw her and it was something very warm about her. It was something very inviting. She just made you feel like her family. And so I felt so much less intimidated by her and by playing her, because her words were so much closer to a real person, and a person that any of us could know. And added to that, I feel like on the show, the scenes that we portray, especially the ones with Jonathan that people like so much, really concentrate on what is the relationship between a mother and a son. And that's so universal. That can never be controversial. And so I feel like that's how people are kind of, responding to this, to my character and to my relationship with Jesus, is because a lot of people see themselves in this. Mothers and fathers, because I've received messages from both.
What I'd love to talk about is in Christmas with the Chosen, you have that scene with Mary Magdalene, with Liz, and we're even further into the future. You were even older in Christmas with the Chosen than you are in the show normally. And we're speaking about, with Mary Magdalene, Jesus has already passed. couple of the disciples have already passed. One is about to probably be killed. And you and Liz have to portray the weight of that. And looking back now on some of the painful stuff. Talk to us about that day, because it was just you and Liz all day, 8 to 10 hours, something like that. One of my favorite filming moments of the entire show's history, because the scene was one of my favorites. Just working with just the two of you for a full day, it felt like we could just try things and we weren't rushed and we could just keep things simple. I know Liz isn't a very good actress to work with, but besides that, what was it like to have that day?
It was this, even this learning moment for me, because her story is really about someone, about Jesus, and he's already passed, that I thought I would be the one who's emotional. But then in comes Liz, and she's just wrecked because she is holding on to so much stress. She's literally had to, it's literally a matter of life and death right now, not only for her, but for everyone that she loves. And so I kind of had to, it was a little bit of a sobering moment where, oh no, I'm here to be her rock.
Yeah.
Almost. And even though I'm sharing this beautiful song and beautiful psalm, it's almost like I'm gifting it to her as a way of hold on to this.
Yes.
And then saying goodbye. She even says, you might see him, you might go to him soon, meaning join Jesus, right? Because since I'm sick, and I try, even to that moment, I go, no, this is not the end.
Yeah. You're carrying on the mission. Jesus's death did not end the mission, and it did not end your role in it. And so we get to see that in the Christmas special, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, let's before I let you go, we not only have Christmas with the Chosen, where we're going to get to see your wonderful performance, and we not only have the best Christmas pageant ever, which is next Christmas, where we'll get to see, no doubt, a wonderful performance. But season 4, you have a couple of scenes, and what did you enjoy about season 4? What can fans look forward to in season 4?
We're getting into some deep waters now. Especially for Mary, things are getting more and more real. And like you say, she knows the end is coming. I don't know how much she knows about all the details, but just that heaviness in her heart. It was a tough season to shoot because of that, to keep that almost latent, like there all the time. I think it was very challenging for me. When you don't necessarily want to show it, because again, she's the mother, she's trying to be strong for him, and showing him no, I can do this, and I can take this. So it's not necessarily something that I'm just at liberty to break and say, please don't go, that's just not her.
It's a beautiful season. It's a painful season, but there's also joy and beauty in it. And a lot of that has to do with you, who portrays this woman with such grace and beauty and strength and vulnerability at the same time. So thank you for the gift you give to the show, to me, to the viewers. And I can't wait for more. Can't wait till you read the scripts for season 5. It gets even more real.
Oh, but, my gosh. It's always Christmas morning when those scripts arrive.
Yes. Well, I'm going to see you soon, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
All right, that was Vanessa. So great. Genuinely one of my favorite people I've ever worked with, and I know you appreciate her performance as Mother Mary. You can see it on the big screen. So good in Christmas with the Chosen. So make sure that you are checking out fathomevents.com or your local theater. If it is not in your local theater, you can call them and say, hey, we'd love to have Christmas with the Chosen. At this point, probably a little too late, but you might be able to find it. You might have to drive a little ways, but it is in, I think, more theaters than we've had it in before. So hopefully you'll be able to find it. If not, eventually you will get a chance to see it in your home, I promise. But we really want to encourage you to get to the theater. We really want to thank the theaters for showing it. We want to thank our partner, Fathom Events, for distributing it. We really want this to continue to be successful so that we can do more and theaters will want to have us back like they are going to have us with season 4. But yeah, please get those tickets. And again, to reminder, you're going to get a chance to see the official season 4 trailer exclusively in theaters the 12th to the 17th. Now, I'm in Canada at the moment. Tomorrow night, I'm actually having a screening here in Winnipeg. Unfortunately, you're not invited, but I just wanted to mention that I'm having this screening. We're going to have some local press there, some local influencers and whatnot. But we just love the fact that this show is getting out just beyond just the United States, also getting into Canada. And so it is in Canadian theaters. So if you are watching this live stream from Canada right now, I'm with you. I'm becoming a little bit more of a Winnipeg Jets fan than I've been before. I'm still Blackhawks all the way. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be at doing the screening tomorrow night. Because we really are trying to expand our efforts and kind of establish more roots here in Canada. So thank you for that. Speaking of international, speaking of outside the United States, just in general, I wanted to read this stat. This is your world, Cheyenne. The Chosen now has over 10 million followers globally across social platforms. We currently have 11 teams around the world operating in their own languages and regions. And our newest team, The Chosen India, just launched in November. It'd be nice for you to just kind of check them out. Like you can just look up at The Chosen TV IN, right? At The Chosen TV in, like India, just to kind of support them, even if you say something in English, they might not be able to understand it at first, but they can click that translation button. And it's a great way to just kind of be connected with our brothers and sisters around the world. But yeah, I have Cheyenne, our social media guru here today, just making sure that I say all the right things. And but she helps actually make sure that all of those other teams are doing the same thing that we're doing, which is connecting directly with you. This isn't just a marketing gimmick. It's a relationship. And we want to be relating to you in your own language and region. This show is for all of you around the world. And so that really means a lot. And you here in this, in Canada and in the States, a lot of your efforts are really helping spur our efforts around the world. And in that vein, there is a video that I want to show you that when I first saw it, Amanda and I, in fact, I'm getting emotional now. When Amanda and I saw this video for the first time a couple weeks ago, we were barely holding it together. I'm not sure, I can't guarantee you'll have the same experience, but I do know you'll be moved by it and engaged, because it's an indication of what is happening around the world, including in places where The Chosen is not in friendly territory. And people who are working on this show, who are translating it, who are helping us get it to more people, are actually in danger. And in fact, sometimes in danger for working on a show like this. The Come and See Foundation is our partner. You know this, hopefully. But the Come and See Foundation, when you donate to the Come and See Foundation, that is how you allow us to have our seasons financed. The Come and See Foundation's mission is to actually get the message out to the world, and one of the primary means of doing that is through The Chosen, and that is how our seasons are financed. And so please, as you watch this video, lean in, engage. It's just a few minutes, but this is really, really meaningful. I want you to know that you have brothers and sisters around the world who are putting their lives at risk for this, to get this into more languages. And so the Come and See Foundation's mission is not only to finance seasons of the show, but to finance translations. The goal is 600 translations, 100 of them dubbed, as in voiced over, into their own language. Because there are some countries, some people in many countries that can't even read, so the subtitles don't really help them. So they love hearing it in their own language with voiceover, recreating the performances in their own language. And the Come and See Foundation is financing that. It's millions and millions of dollars to get this to every corner of the world and to get it translated in the top 95% of all the languages spoken in the entire world will be covered in the 600 languages. And I want you to see this story. This is important. It's just a few minutes. I want you to lean in and experience this with us because this is part of what your efforts go towards. So let's check that out now.
I became Christian. Actually, I faced death threats because of that, and there is years of rejection. Because I faced a serious threat. My wife, my kids and I, we left Tunisia, and then God led me to the Middle East, to this ministry called Lighthouse Arab World. We use media, art, as a tool, as a language, making movies, an evangelical radio station. My son came one day and said, "Oh, we heard about this historic Jesus series."
When I first watched The Chosen, I was like, this is good. I gotta tell people about this.
The artistic level and the beautiful cinematography and the filming and the storytelling and the beautiful acting of Matthew shocked me. And oh, that character is unbelievable, something else. And it touched my heart a lot. Well, speaking to his mom and dad, being rejected and acceptance.
I have no son.
When I became Christian, I was rejected by my family. When I saw that with Matthew, it's different, but the feelings, it's the same. So beautiful. It speaks to the heart. Makes you cry, makes you laugh. When we met with Come and See together with The Chosen, we said, bingo, this is one of the projects and the tools and amazing work we need to be involved with, making it available in 100 languages because The Chosen speaks to the heart. My team at Lighthouse in Egypt and Lebanon, they're so excited doing the Chosen in 3 Arabic languages. We're not the same. We're not what we were before.
That's the beauty of what The Chosen is doing. Bringing it to people, to see their hearts changed, to move into a point where they can be discipled through God's word. Youth groups and churches and small groups and house groups can use The Chosen material in their own language. And that's what I'm excited, like with Ninette. She's a youth leader in her church in Beirut, Lebanon.
This is gonna bring the impact of this outreach in Lebanon and in Egypt and in Syria, because the youth are hungry for something like that.
Lots of young people, Christian or non-Christian, they don't belong to the churches, but they watched The Chosen, they said, oh, we never learned or heard or understood Christ like this before.
What if they spend that time on something that could actually make them think differently, where they can see people like them and people who are different than them so that they could grow?
I want people to know they can be saved and their life can be different and they can actually have hope. Come and See can have great impact on the Arab region.
It's the best tool to tell the story of God's love, of God's salvation to all nations till the end of the days.
I got a chance to meet Ahmed and Zach after I saw that video. And watched the video, and we were at this event, and a couple minutes passed as the event wrapped up. And it wrapped up, and I stood up, and I wanted to go find him. And I look up, and I see, and it's Ahmed. And he is weeping. And we just, like, kind of collapsed in each other's arms, just hugging. And he just buried his face in my neck and was kissing me on the cheek. And it was just this mutual gratitude because what you're doing in the financing of the episodes is allowing him to do what God has called him to. And what he's doing is allowing people to see the show and to experience it and to be drawn closer to these stories and to the Bible. And I don't want that to stop. Let's keep praying for him. Let's keep supporting in any way that we can. And so I know that I'm often asking you for things, like we're telling you how you can buy tickets to Christmas with the Chosen. In just a few moments, I'm going to show you the ways that you can get gifts for Christmas and all of that. At the end of the day, there is nothing more important than what Ahmed and Zach are doing and what the Come and See Foundation is doing. That is the ultimate. That is the goal. All this other stuff is great. I'm thrilled when we can give you discounts. I'm thrilled when we can give you things. I'm thrilled when you help support it, but it's all about getting to that. It's all that is the ultimate goal, and that is why we do what we do. So thank you for checking that out. I want to, we've still got that season 4 sneak peek, that exclusive scene that we'll be taking down in a couple days that no one has seen yet. But I would love for you to check out this short conversation with Phil Wickham, who is amazing. And I had a great conversation with him. He's going to talk about the upcoming Christmas special, as well as the song Joy to the World, which one of my favorite Christmas songs ever. I mean, and by that I mean his version of it and what he did with that song. We'll talk about that for just a few moments. When we're done with Phil, I'm going to show you all the gifts that you can get right now with free shipping, and then I will show you that season 4 sneak peek. So let's get into this conversation with Phil Wickham right now. So the tour is over, so people can't see you on the Christmas tour this year, but they can see you in Christmas with the Chosen in theaters, where you did Joy to the World. And let's talk about that for a second. First of all, what inspired your version of Joy to the World when you wrote it? And then second, what was it like performing it in Utah on the set with that backdrop, with One Voice Children's Choir and the Bonner family and Maverick City Music and all those folks? Just talk us through Joy to the World. Where'd this come from?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been doing Christmas tours for a long time. I have these buddies, Shane and Shane, I was doing Christmas tours with several years back. And after 1 year went by, I'm like, you know what? It's crazy. We have not done Joy to the World in our Christmas set. We've done 5 years of Christmas shows, and Joy to the World has never made it. And so I made it more out of just like sheer will. I went home after the Christmas tour, like December 27th. I sat in my studio and just thought, man, if I wanted to sing Joy to the World in a fresh way, but it's still Joy to the World, I'm not going to change the foundation song. How would I do it? And 2 hours later, I had this demo of Joy to the World, where it goes into this moment of this other amazing ancient hymn, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. And I just thought, man, the theme of those together, and to kind of explode into this worship moment at the end, it's just such a payoff for me as I was sitting in this very room where I do all my demos. And so I sent it to my buddies. They're like, we are doing it that next year. And so we did it for a couple years and put it on a Christmas record, and it just seemed to really connect in churches. And so many churches started doing this version of the song, which is the highest honor, you know. And so it was really just out of like sheer will of like, okay, I love this song. I love Christmas. We need to put Joy to the World in this set. And then it just kind of worked. And I've done other Christmas songs where I thought it was going to work and it didn't, you know. And you just keep kind of digging for the right thing. But for some reason, this tempo and vibe and idea and meshing up of a couple songs just seemed to work. And so then to go on the set of The Chosen, which I was such a fan of, walking onto the set. And that's really how I came to know you. And it's so cool that this version of the song, Joy to the World, that was literally in this room, is how when I rewrote that song into my version. was the bridge to kind of help me become just a friend of what all you guys are doing. And I'm so honored and pumped that happened.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I was on the set that night, and we did it, probably filmed it 25, 30 times to get all the different angles and performances, and every single time it was awesome. And it's just an incredible finale. You know, you and I have talked about this before, and I've shared this publicly, that whenever we meet, we talk about how the other's work has helped our own work. So, for example, when I'm writing on The Chosen, I need every now and then to take a break, and Phil Wickham is oftentimes one of my worship leaders who gets me right, who gets my head right. And I'll come to you and I'll be like, your music is helping the show be better. It is helping me be better. And like I always say, we're not going to be watching TV shows in heaven. We're going to be doing, we're going to be worshiping. So this is the thing we have to get right. But then you've shared with me that there was even a moment in The Messengers where Joseph and Mary are in the barn that really helped and inspired you and really moved you. So I'd love for you to share with the viewer what that moment did for you. Would you mind just sharing that moment from The Messengers that I know you really got to you?
You know, I love how The Chosen, and this is the common thread when I talk about The Chosen with so many friends, is that you obviously are Holy Spirit led and so full of love for the text and Jesus, and I know it's highest priority to bring across the truth of the text, but also you add flesh. I mean, it's a TV show. It's not like your son is sitting there. It's not an audiobook on tape, you know. It's a TV show, and you got to put flesh and blood and interweave stories. And I just love that it gives us an idea of like, these are real people, and this is real. This really happened, and I'm so thankful that you put flesh and blood in such an honest way, in such an authentic way, in such a like, yeah, that could have been the way that exactly happened. That's amazing. And one of those moments in the Christmas special is when, you know, Mary and Joseph, we all know the story. They're looking for room. There's no room in the inn. Mary is in labor. She needs a place to sit down. There's room in the stable, they say. And so they go to the stable, and Mary just needs to sit down. You know, she needs to finally rest. She's been on a donkey. She's in pain. And she's about to sit, but Joseph stops her and says, wait. And Mary didn't see that, you know, it's a stable. And so what do you have in stables? You have animals, and anybody that has a dog out there or more knows what animals leave behind, especially in a stable. There was animal poop, you know? And so Joseph didn't want Mary to sit in it. And so this is something you guys added. And it's not even something you could even miss, you know? You guys, it wasn't like this big moment scene. It was just like he cleaned it out really fast and then let her sit down. And man, the Lord, not the scene itself, but God used that moment it broke me as I was watching. Because I felt like his voice spoke to my heart, and I kind of leaned over and I wiped these tears out of my eyes. And my girl, at the time she was 10, she looks over, she's like, "Dad, why are you crying at poop? I don't understand," you know. And I'm going, no, I'm not, Penelope. I just see it like isn't it crazy that the God of the universe, that he knows the stars by name and he lit them on fire and he created all this universe that we're just barely scratching the surface of DNA and atoms and genetics and space and time and all that stuff, and it's all out of his imagination and creativity, and yet he would meet us not with fire blazing and everybody bowing before him, though I do think there'll be a moment where he does come in some glory in the future. But the first time he came was to meet us in our mess and right where we're at, to be a high priest, a God that can sympathize with our weakness. And in that moment, in that scene, I just felt like God said, I am to my heart. He just said, I am Emmanuel. Like, I want you to call me Emmanuel. I'm not just with you. That's not just a part of who I am. It's like, I want you to call me God with you. That's how much I want you to know I'm in it with I'm in you. I'm with you in your mess and in your sorrow and your pain. I know what it feels like to be betrayed, rejected, pushed away. I know what it feels like for blood to pour from his body and to carry the weight of the world. I know all this stuff, and I'm with you in all of it. And it was just like that little moment of this silly scene, beautiful scene, but silly to talk about, opened my heart up and made me write a Christmas song called Behold. Behold, the King has come. And you actually helped me co-write that song. And I'm just so thankful for moments like that in The Chosen that just kind of open up your heart to a special thing, and Jesus being introduced in a special way, or reintroduced, or colored in a special way to my kids. That has really helped them grasp so many stories and ideas, and I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thank you for sharing all that. Yeah, every time I hear about kids and that the show can be another tool in the toolbox for parents, it always wrecks me. So I appreciate that. So before I let you go, real quick, what should people get right now? Like, besides tickets to Christmas with the Chosen, where they're going to see the best performance of Joy to the World from Phil Wickham that he's ever done, especially because of the set. But what else should they be looking out for you? Yeah, I know you got your album.
Okay, well, next year I'm gonna my latest record's called I Believe. So if anybody hasn't heard that yet, that's all on all the Spotify's and Apple Music and all that. So hopefully that's a blessing. But we're doing the I Believe tour next year. We've released, I think, 18 dates, and we still have 8 more that are coming up in later spring. If you just follow me on Instagram, I'm usually talking about the stuff I'm doing, and if you guys care, you give me a follow there.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. I love you. You have blessed me so much, and so many who are watching right now. So thank you for all that, and I will see you soon.
Again, I don't get anything from saying this other than just I want more Chosen. I want more people that have talent to keep making stuff like this. And so that happens when people actually consume it and go to the theater. So go to the theaters, celebrate Christmas, remember what it's all about. That's my little commercial for it. But I love you so much, Dallas. Thanks so much.
Yep. I can't tell you how important Phil Wickham has been in my family, in our home, in our church, just extraordinary. So if you have not checked out some of his albums, please do. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. All right, so before we get to the season 4 sneak peek, which I know you're very excited about, and I know some of you are going, would you please get to that? Look, this is how we keep the lights on. So I'm going to give you just a couple of things to look for when you go to thechosengifts.com. Colin can go ahead and put that up along the bottom, www.thechosengifts.com. I want to make sure you understand that's the only place you're going to get the free shipping with all of the items that we have. I've sometimes heard people say, I went to the store and I couldn't see the discount. That's because you were probably in the wrong store. So I'm not going to talk about other stores. I'm just going to tell you thechosengifts.com, www.thechosengifts.com is the only place where you're going to get the free shipping and where you're going to see all of these items. There are some other stores that don't have all of our items, okay? So make sure thechosengifts.com is where you're going. Free shipping between now and noon on Thursday. Noon on this Thursday is when the free shipping stops, because that is the deadline for when we can guarantee that you'll get it before Christmas. After that, you still may, but we just can't guarantee it, okay? So first things first, we've got a couple of items that are 50% off in addition to the free shipping, okay? So we've got these 2 puzzles. This is, and again, remember in all this stuff, we always want to choose images that actually mean something, that say something, that can kind of like for example, the Sermon on the Mount. So this one, and look at the packaging too. This is really cool. This is a, how many pieces? 500-piece puzzle. I actually really love puzzles. They're for my OCD-ish brain. They kind of are very satisfying. And then is this the puzzle that has the fish in it? Well, they all do. Well, they all have little fish in it. Some of these are. This is an actual puzzle piece, and you got the teal on the back. So some of the puzzle pieces in each puzzle are shaped in the shape of the fish. So that's really cool. So these 2 puzzles you can find. Really classy, aren't they, Bob? These 2 puzzles, 50% off on top of the free shipping. 2 other things that are 50% off. Again, we just like giving gifts and making Bob stressed out. This is the Christmas with the Chosen CD. This has all of the songs, not just the 6 from this upcoming special, but this is from the last special, right? And then Christmas with the Chosen, the Messenger. So these are the previous Christmas special that we did. This is just something that you can have in your home for just pennies a day, but 50% off. Again, this is not the full special that we're showing you this Tuesday for the next 5 days. But I know a lot of you wanted the full experience with all of the songs. So you can get that again, 50% off those 4 items that I just mentioned. This right here is, I mentioned this on the last live stream, but I'm going to mention it again because we've gotten a lot of businesses who are buying a bunch of these to give to their employees. But this is that awesome, like kind of combo with the beautiful packaging. I sound like I'm QVC right now. I'm going to stop sounding like I'm on QVC. I'm just going to talk about how awesome this is. Remember this mug? How like sturdy it is? So sturdy that if I threw it at Jelaine, she would die. I didn't throw it at Jelaine. She is still alive. If I threw it at Cheyenne, I think she would be seriously wounded. But she's a little tougher than Jelaine, so she might not die. But this is a really strong mug. She would be very seriously wounded if I threw it at her. But I love just how like sturdy this is. And it's got the 3 fish on it and this special coffee, Fisherman's Blend, Brazilian dark roast. And it actually is really awesome coffee. So you can check that out. And I didn't mention this on the last live stream, but the Sons of Thunder shirt. My kids love this one. This is like Gen Z really loves this shirt. And we've got this like on the back. It's like the world tour. And it mentions like the different places that the Sons of Thunder went. This is James and John. Some people were asking about the significance of the dates. There is no significance of the dates. It's just something fun that we thought we would do. So don't overthink it, but it's just a fun shirt. And like I've got the shirt is the Come and See World Tour. You can see on the back of my hoodie here. Same kind of deal. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Just a cool thing. But those are kind of featured items in the store. And then just so you know, so this year, this is really fun. So this, what do we call these? Pom-poms. Really masculine. So the pom-pom ski hats. I actually really love this, even though it's probably not awesome on me. But I actually think it's great. This is the kind of the unisex version. And look at this. For the women, you've got the hair. And for some of you guys who... Ponytail. Yeah, it's like some of you guys who have ponytails too. I don't want to leave them out. But the whole for the ponytail. Like you like. Try it on. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, it's not my. It's a little small. Okay, so let's just pretend that didn't happen. But for the ponytail, it can come out the back. I thought that was so clever and so cute. So make sure you know which one you're getting when you're at the store. All right, and then. Always want to mention, because it's Christmas time, the perfect gifts for the kids, the 2 children's books that we have. Jesus Loves Little Children. This is based on episode 3, written by my wife Amanda, and with the illustrations done by her co-writer Kristen Hendricks. Wonderful illustrations based on episode 3 of season 1. I got it upside. Do I have it upside down? I don't. I'm right side up. Jesus Loves Little Children, and this is the one based on what you're going to see this week. Based on The Shepherd, the kids' picture book. I always try to show these around Christmas because look at that, so precious and great for gifts. And then 2 more things quickly. One is just because this is a great stocking stuffer. We've been doing this for a long time. It's just perfect as a stocking stuffer. These are the wristbands. We've got 5 and 2, Binge Jesus, 2 plus 5 equals 5,000. Get used to different and not what we were. And perfect for the stocking stuffer. You can see that at the Chosen Gifts. Come on in, Bob. We got the Chosen Blanket. This will sell out tonight. We are running out. Yeah, show it in all its glory. How much have we seen, Colin?
Move
a little this way. I'll get out of the way. Look at that. It says the Chosen. It's got the fish going. It's just awesome. And in the back is just the back. Yeah. But this is the money. But yeah, the blanket, comfy, goes great on a couch, goes great on top of you. But yeah, the Chosen, we're almost out of those, right, Bob? Yep. So he said, can we please mention it tonight? Tonight, you got to get it because then it's going away. So those are just some featured items in the gift store. And the reason that I'm happy to talk to you about them, including this one, a favorite, is because it's free shipping. Free shipping between now and noon on Thursday. It's like our final Christmas gift because this is the final live stream of the year. I know you're so sad, but dry your eyes because we're giving you this free shipping. I am, when I am off with you tonight, I am getting back into the grind of the best Christmas pageant ever, the movie that I'm doing. And I'm going to be filming that up until Christmas break. And then over Christmas break, I'm going to be with my family, of course. And then I come back here in January to finish filming Best Christmas Pageant Ever. all the while finishing up the writing of season 5 so that we can begin filming season 5. We're aiming right now. The plan is April, mid-April. And we've also got the release of season 4 in theaters in February. It's just so much going on. So yeah, I always appreciate your prayers, especially for my family. But we got a lot going on. So this is why this is the last live stream of 2023. Enjoy the free shipping that comes with that. And also enjoy. And I'm going to end the live stream with this sneak peek of season 4. This scene takes place in episode 4 of season 4. James and John have just asked Jesus, this is a popular moment from the Bible, if they can sit at his right and left hand in his future kingdom. So he's been trying to tell them about some of the challenges he's going through. He's trying to talk to them about the importance of the mission, the importance of servant-mindedness. And here they are thinking about glory in the future and status in the future. And so they think they're just asking him a fairly innocent question. He responds in a very... in a way they didn't expect. So that's what just took place. They've asked the question, and he has walked away in frustration, and that's where this scene picks up. Remember, it is not your job to feed the 5,000. It is only to provide the loaves and fish. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the sneak peek of season 4 right now.